What up world, it's your homeboy WordPlay TJ, and I'm back with another video for you. This time around, I'm going to show you exactly how to update your Apple Music profile. Stay tuned. Alright, let's start off by talking about how to claim your Apple Music profile. Now, I have a video about this which you can watch down in the descriptions or in the cards where I explain the process of claiming your Apple Music profile. So first off, when claiming your profile, you want to sign in to Apple Music for Artists with your Apple ID. If you don't have an Apple ID, they claim on their website that you should create one, and then they show you how to create one step by step. If you're not sure, be sure to Google this process because I don't have a video for it right now. And then once you're in Apple Music for Artists, you want to request artist access. You do this by copying and pasting a link from the iTunes store into that dialog, and you can do this by having iTunes on your phone, or you can pull up iTunes on the web. Just search your artist name or search one of the songs that you release in order to find it. Then once you paste that link, you want to select one of the things that you have uploaded. If this is your first time uploading something, you want to wait until you actually distribute that music. And that's a disclaimer. Let's go back a little bit. So step one would be distributing your music in the first place. If you don't distribute music or you haven't put out music in the first place, you really want to do that first before trying to claim your profile. And then their step 4 is choosing a role. Whether you're the artist, you're a manager, or you're a label rep, you want to pick the role that's appropriate for your account. They also state that verification is easier if you have a connection with a distributor or you have a social media account that you can verify through their verification process. So they're going to ask you to either sign in to your social media account or sign in to your distributor to prove you are who you are. And also, before we start the tutorial, I'm going to talk about why you want to claim your profile in the first place. Claiming your profile gives you access to all the analytics and data behind your streams. If you want to add lyrics to your profile and you haven't done that through your distributor, you can do that. If you want to update your profile, that's also a reason for you signing up for Apple Music for Artists. So all of that is really important. Let's go ahead and jump to the computer so I can show you step by step how to update your profile. All right, so here we are on my Apple Music for Artists profile. And like I said before, there's a lot of information that's here. Let's take a look at music and videos first. So like I said, you can use the music and videos tab to update lyrics for certain songs. So for example, my lyrics for Hearsay are not on here yet, but I can go through and do this on my distributor. I'm not going to do this here, but if you wanted to add lyrics, you could do that there. Their guidelines are the same as their guidelines for your distributor. You can also see here that I have distributed music videos to Apple Music. You can do that through DistroVid, and I have a whole entire video for that, and I'll link that right now. So let's go over to the real meat and potatoes, your artist profile. So the first thing is your image, and in order to edit your image, you have to visit the image guidelines first. They say that they want a JPEG or PNG file at 72 DPI, and DPI just means the resolution, the parts of the pixels per inch that you have for your image. They say they want a file size that is square, so 2400 by 2400 is preferred. 800 by 800 is the minimum. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to edit an image. Let me find an image from my drive. Here we are in my press kit. And if you don't know how to do press kits, I can link that as well. Here's one of my avatars. So I'm going to choose one of my square avatars. I'm going to open this up, and they want to just make sure that your eyebrows are below this line. So I'm just going to submit this, and they have to review it in order to update this. Next is my about section. So this information that you want to add or hide. So other names, right? So in the past, people have called me just TJ or TJ, T.Jay. People call me WordPlay T.Jay without the dot, and then WordPlay T.Jay, how I have it officially. My hometown, if I was concerned about my security, I would just not show this on Apple Music. I'm not really worried about that. I am concerned about my birth date being up there, so I'm gonna go ahead and hide that. So the birth date is hidden. It says in order to fill out your biography, you need to do the Q&A section in order to follow some prompts. There's also another way to fill out your biography, and that's through allmusic.com, but I don't have a tutorial for that at the moment. Maybe somebody else does. So let's go ahead and answer some of these Q&A questions. The Q&A section is answering a few questions to help connect with existing fans and find new ones. So here we go. I'm gonna fill out all of these sections. There's about 6 of them, and I'm gonna do that and then come back. All right, so I finished filling out the Q&A section for my profile. And once I finish doing that, I can move on to collaborations. So they list a few collaborations that I have, one with Futuristic, one with Icarus Gray, Prophet, who's my brother, and T Jones, who's also from Arkansas. I think these collaborations are fine, and 100% they are folks that I have worked with, so I'm gonna leave them there. So they asked me about musical influences, so I'm going to talk about the same people that I talked about in my bio. So I had Timbaland. I have to do these one at a time, so I'm going to speed this up. And the last part of the last section is adding pronouns, right? So this is for their editors. If anybody ever wants to write about you in Apple Music, we talk about the pronouns. So mine are he, him, his, and I will go there. His earlier influences come from soul music. He is a student of music like Stevie Wonder. Cool. And I'll save that. All right, so that is it. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section. I appreciate you watching this video. Go and update your Apple Music artist profile. And until next time, it's your homeboy WordPlay TJ. Peace.